Hello, I'm Eli Stacy. I'm a pre-sales engineer at Simplylive, and today I'd like to show you the RefBox application layer running on a VBox mini server. The RefBox UI is designed for referee or coach review, presenting synced video feeds with playout control to quickly and accurately recall and monitor any angle of an action. Let's get started. The RefBox has two hardware platforms, the Mini with 4 or 8 channels, and the 4RU with 8 or 16 channels. I'm using the Mini 8 channel today, but the RefBox application is identical on both platforms. First, let's get familiar with the user interface. In the center, we have our live multi-viewer, where we manage all of our live sources coming in. We also have different presets for this, so if I go up here, I can go between a few different configurable presets that I made for the UI. At the top left, we have our time code. At the top right, we have some settings. On the right, we have our clips and cues bin. So this is where we refer back to any clips that we create or marked cue points that we want to refer back to later. Then at the bottom, we have our playback control section. So this is for controlling the playback speed, jogging back in time to find the video, marking and creating clips as well. Now that we're familiar with the user interface, let's actually look at operation on the system. So as a referee or coach, as soon as any notable action takes place, I can simply go on the jog pad and go back in time with all of my cameras in sync. So it looks like he was out of bounds there, so let's get a better angle of that. So let's go a little bit back. I can set the playout speed to either 100% or I can say 50%. Maybe that's a little bit fast. Let's back up and play it out at 25%. That's a good angle of him going through. Looks like he's running. And oh, looks like he stepped outside the line. But I want to get a better look at that. It's pretty hard to see. So this angle has a good angle. This one does. And maybe this one might have a good shot of it as well. So select a few angles, double tap on them, and it'll set them to full screen. So now I'm just looking at the important ones. So I can go through, I can actually adjust frame by frame. So it looks like this angle has a really good shot of what happened. He's dribbling. Looks like that's the frame that he's out of line. Let's zoom in. Yeah, it looks like he's over the line. I can see that on this angle as well. Just pinch and zoom. Perfect. I can also select this angle and set this to full screen. I can then go in and adjust if I want to see every little detail. I can go back, or I can go back to home to totally reset. And once I press live, I'm ready for the next action. As you go through the game, if there's any action that you want to refer back to later, what you can do is you can create a mark point in time. And this will create a thumbnail at that point that I can tap on, and the system will jump back to that point in time with all of the cameras in sync. I can then scrub through. I still have the same playout control. I can select a few angles if I want to get a better look at them. Exact same control, just very easy to create a bunch of marked points in time that I can jump between. It's very easy. I can make another one. Let's go back to home. I can make another. Super easy. Just tap on it, jumps between them. I can also, once I'm in there, I can just do next cue to cycle through all the ones I create throughout the game. Another option, if we go back to live, is to create a clip. So a clip is similar to marking that you're going to be referring back to it, but instead of it just being a marked point in time, I can mark an in, very much like you would on a replay machine. He's going to make the shot. Perfect, he made it. I'm going to do out and save. And so now I have a clip that's not just a point in time, which I can just tap on to jump back to, but it has an out point. And that's important because I can now take this clip and have it exported, and I can have it automatically exporting to a back-end server, or it can be stored locally on the VBox itself. And so now as I go through my production, I create all of these clips. By the end, I'll already have a folder that I'll be able to give to either the referees or the coaches for coach analysis or for officiation. But it's very easy to manage all of them. You'll be able to see the clips that you create. It's very easy to just create a new one, boom, save. Super easy. I can switch between the different ones, and that can automatically be sent to the backend server. Once I've created a few clips, I can also edit the metadata of those clips. So what I can do is I can go to any of my clips, double tap on it, and it'll open up this screen where I can rename it. So this will be, let's say this was a 2-pointer, player 34, right? Actually, it looks like it is actually 30. Then what I could do is I can also set keywords. So I could do a 2-pointer, and maybe there's a foul after there, depending on the action, of course. Once I press OK, that information is now saved with it, and when it's exported, we can also export that metadata. Another useful feature of the RefBox is the ability to overlay video of the clock on top of the live camera sources. So if we set that up, let's go to Settings, and in PIP, I can see, say this is the camera that's focused onto the clock. I can select the area, so in this case I can just select this area, that's where the clock is. I enable the PIP, press Apply, and now I have this PIP that I can move around to either an area that I'm not using. So now this video will be synced with everything else. So if this is on the clock, I can see the exact second that any action happens in sync with the rest of my video. While the layout that we're showing with the single screen, single operator user is the most common, there is other options for workflows, including multiple users. One of those is to have a master and a slave system. So one user, has all the inputs, say 12. They're able to select a few and send those to the secondary user. Now the secondary user only sees those ones selected so that they're more quickly and easily able to make a call based on the angle selected, rather than having to deal with 12, 20 different sources simultaneously. Finally, another workflow option would be to have a centralized review facility to remotely monitor your games. With a backend server on site, your review facility can be miles away, connected over a network running the UI. I hope this overview has been useful in giving you an understanding of the capabilities of the RefBox application. If you'd like to learn more about the RefBox or the VBox platform, there's information on our website. Thank you.